Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you all fine. I hope you all having a great season and a great time in general. It's the festive season, guys. The games are coming in thick and fast. It's just a very good time to to be a football fan, to be an FPL fan, just watching the games and having fun overall, guys. Last game week actually started really well for me. It was a overall it was a decent week, but two unfortunate incidents in that both the teams kept clean sheets, but I mean Fabianski kept a clean sheet, but he was taken off. That was the first unfortunate thing that happened. And obviously I sold Saka for Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes had to go and get a red card, and that was the second unfortunate thing which cost me. Bruno's transfer actually cost me a lot because it's like -2. It cost me a transfer, it cost me a -2, and then it cost me another transfer to take out Bruno Fernandes. So it was a bad transfer to make. But I still managed to get 55 points, so it wasn't bad hit for the rank or anything. But red arrows are always bad in these circumstances. I've already made my transfers, guys. I've transferred out Flecken because taking out a goalkeeper was mostly a 2-point hit for me. It wasn't a 4-point hit because both my keepers were injured, Fabianski and Flecken. I was not sure if Flecken was going to be able to play. Didn't want to take any chances. So I took out Flecken for Pickford and took out Bruno Fernandes for Ismail Assar. So I've already made my transfers, guys. No trumpets on the stream today, unless it's for somebody else. I've already made my own transfers. So yeah, my team is kind of sorted right now. Maybe I'll shuffle around my bench, or that's the only thing that is left to be done. But otherwise, my team is kind of set for this game week. I've already taken a -4 hit, by the way. So Girid says, is Cunha definitely suspended? Well, Cunha is definitely going to be suspended. But right now he is not definitely suspended, right? So he's gonna be available for selection as long as the FA doesn't issue a statement regarding Cunha. So is gonna be still gonna be available for kind of selection, right? So if I was the owner of Cunha, I would kind of just either I would take him out, or I would just wait for him to for the ban to get announced and then take him out. He's in great form, but then he's a headache every week. Just thinking that whether he's gonna be playing or not. By the way, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, guys. I did not stream last time. I just have to tell you this. I went to take the delivery of my new car, and for some reason I got delayed there. And I thought I was going to be back in time to do my stream, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do it. So for all those who celebrate, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, guys. Belated Merry Christmas. I hope you had a great one, and I wish you a very happy New Year in advance as well. I hope you have a great one. So Cunha is not suspended as of now, but he will be. There was some altercation between the guard at Ipswich and Cunha, so he is going to be suspended, but FA has not issued a statement as of now. Jensen says, if I sold Pedro, who should I do it for? I have 2 million in the bank and I have Jackson and Isak. Well, you don't really need anybody else because these are the two players which are really hot as of now. If you want to, you could have you could have think of going for Gabriel Jesus, because that's the only option I can think of. Kai Havertz, maybe Gabriel Jesus, or you can just go for a cheap option and just put him on the bench rather than actually playing 3 strikers. That is also a possibility. Spend the money in midfield where you have a lot more options. As of now in the striking department, I like Kai Havertz obviously is alright. Jackson, Isak. Beyond that, Dominic Solanke is the one which I like. Dominic Solanke is is a good option. And but beyond that, I don't really like Gabriel Jesus is basically a punt. He's not a long-term option in my opinion. So if you want to take a punt, then you can think about Jesus. Otherwise, there's not many options in that department. Better you can even just take an enabler and put him on the bench. Who is your captain? I'm gonna captain Salah, mate. As of now, my I haven't thought about captaining anybody else other than Salah. He's in the form of his life. Why to captain anybody else, mate? So yeah. So Abhishek says, what do you think about Gordon Isak double up? I mean, Gordon is in good form. I think he's a fantastic player to have. The only thing is, you have to decide is whether this week is a good entry point for Gordon, because Manchester United away is like not really the fixture. I mean, it's not as tough a fixture as in our mind we think, but it is not an easy fixture at all, so that's the thing which you need to kind of decide about or think about. Which car did you buy? I bought the Elevate, mate. Honda Elevate. Shall I get Rogers? Jackson, I mean, we already discussed on Twitter, right? I mean, Rogers is an alright option now with John Duran being suspended. And John Duran being suspended, and I think Rogers will get many more options, because I think Ollie Watkins is the one who gets taken off early most of the times. Rogers mostly plays 75-80 minutes every week, so I think he should be good for minutes if you want to get him. The only thing is he's not an explosive option. He's just gonna keep you ticking over with a goal here and an assist there. But for his price, I mean, he's alright. That's the thing which I want to say. Because there's not many options in that price bracket except Ismail Assar as of now. Amad Diallo also I liked as an option, but the problem is Manchester United are kind of right now not in the best of form. Semenyo again, the fixtures are not the best right now. So yeah, I mean, as long as you're fine with Rodgers, blanking and giving odd returns, then you can go for him. Your take on Haaland captain against Leicester? I mean, if you own Haaland, you can captain him, mate. To be honest with you, as of this moment, even owning Haaland is a differential right now, because the engaged FPL players have moved on from Haaland. So if you own him, just keep him. I mean, captaining him, I think I still captain Salah. He's in the form of his life. Why should we take a risk? That's my point. So if I was you, mate, if I have Haaland, I wouldn't captain him. I would just keep him in the team. Although it's a hard thing to say, but I want to see more from him. I mean, Leicester, stifled Liverpool for a very long time. Even though in the end they obviously did perform well. So that's they scored 3 goals. I mean, Salah scampered some chances as well. Cody Gakpo played well, but I mean, Leicester were good against Liverpool. So at home against Manchester City, you never know what happens, mate. So owning him is fine. I think captaining him, I think I just captain Salah as of now. Abhishek says, congratulations on you. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. Abhishek says, Munoz or Robinson? Mate, I think they're both great options as of now. I think they're both worth owning, if you ask me, I'd say this week maybe Munoz is the better entry point. Robinson you can get next week if you want, because Bournemouth home I'm not so sure about. So if you want to get this week, I'd go with Munoz. Robinson again, long term is a great option. Maybe not the best entry point against Bournemouth, because Bournemouth have this tendency of scoring an away, odd goal away from home, even more than one goal sometimes. So yeah, kind of have to consider that as well. Hello, Merry Christmas, Wiz, says Pikalu. Wish you a Merry Christmas, mate. I hope you had a great one, and wish you a very Happy New Year in advance. Rohit says, Professor, what's up? Hey, Rohit, everything is fine, mate. Having fun. Everything is going fine. What about yourself? And how's life treating you in FPL, mate? So guys, I think especially with those people who are actually interested in Manchester City assets, FPL Tony's Patreon might have some good news for you. Although I'm not a member of his Patreon, but he says that he's gonna leak some stuff over on Patreon. By the way, guys, if any of you are still holding on to Saka, Arteta said that he's had surgery on his hamstring. So it's not a hamstring strain. It was a hamstring tear for Saka. It's not going to be back before March, guys. So if you're holding on to him in the hope that he's going to be back after the winter break or anything like that, I don't think that's going to happen. Although there's no winter break really because of the Carabao Cup semi-finals first leg for Arsenal anyway. But yeah, Saka's out for 2 months. There's a big spanner in the works for Arsenal. Is Gordon a better long-term pick over Fernandes and Sarr? I think so, yes. Long-term, I think Gordon is a better pick than Ismaila Sarr and Bruno Fernandes. Although I think it's wrong to kind of compare them directly because they're all in different price points, mate. Gordon, Bruno Fernandes is a little bit above Gordon, and Ismaila Sarr is a lot, I think a couple of price points below Gordon. So it's not right to compare them, fair to compare them. I think Sarr for his price is offering a lot of value right now, so albeit it's not fair to compare them, but if you want to ask the question, I think yes, long term, I think Gordon is the one to go for. Especially because Newcastle don't have any other commitments. The only thing they have is the Carabao Cup semi-finals against Arsenal, but they don't have Champions League commitments or anything like that this season. So I think long term he is a good pick, yes. Bikalu says bench 1, Hall, Gabriel, Timber and Colville. I think I would bench Hall. I think I would bench Hall or Colville. I'd play both Gabriel and Timber, then I'd bench Hall or Colville. If I had to do it personally, maybe I'd bench Hall and I'd play Colville, Gabriel and Timber. Colville, he got an assist last week. He almost got a goal as well, but he was ruled for offside. Otherwise he could have a massive haul, Colville, So sometimes in these moments you have to take your call. And if you ask me, my personal opinion, I would play Colville over Hall. So let's FPL Juggernaut says best 4.5 million Flecken replacement. 4.5 million, I think Dean Henderson has to be the best replacement at that price point, Jugs. I think there's nobody else who can match Dean Henderson's fixtures right now. Southampton home. Then he's got Chelsea home, but next after that Leicester, West Ham, Brentford, Manchester United away, Everton, Fulham, Aston Villa, Ipswich. He's got some nice run of fixtures, Dean Henderson. So if you ask me, at 4.5 million, I would replace him with Dean Henderson. If you have some more money, then I would replace him with Jordan Pickford. I think Pickford, because of the double game week, I think he becomes more attractive. Also because of the fact that Dyche is doing Dyche things and getting them to defend like Stoke City now, or Burnley, you can say, So in my opinion, I think Everton are good to go right now, especially considering their defenders and considering that they're going to have a double game week in game week 24. And also given that one of the games is Liverpool home and Leicester at home in game week 24, I went for Pickford rather than Henderson. Maybe next week I'm gonna take out Greaves or and go for Munoz. Unless I don't want to replace one of the Strand Larson and Joao Pedro, because I feel that they're just holes in my team right now. I don't like Strand Larson. I don't like Joao Pedro. I got Joao Pedro for the best fixtures. and he did nothing, against Southampton, against Fulham, against Leicester, against Palace, nothing at all. The only thing he's doing well is playing 90 minutes. But anyways, yeah. Gale Bro says, got a trio of Jackson, Wissa and Isak. Should I transfer out Wissa? If so, for who? Gale, to be honest with you, as of now, I think I would just keep Wissa because there's no really good strikers except Jackson and Isak, and you already own them. Cunha obviously is in good form, but he's going to be banned soon, so there's no point in getting Cunha. Maybe Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz, but I think Kai Havertz is a league above Wissa in terms of the price point. So maybe I'd just hold on to Wissa, mate, and if you don't want to play him, you can put him on the bench. I would not transfer out for a striker right now. Does this team need a transfer? Says MT. Wood, Isak, Cunha. I mean, that's fine. Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Luis Diaz. That's good. Gabriel, Robinson, Virgil, Muric. I don't think this needs a transfer, mate. I don't like Ipswich keeper, but that's fine because keepers don't have a very high ceiling anyway. But I don't think this team needs a transfer. Maybe when Cunha gets banned, you can transfer him out for somebody like a Jackson. But beyond that, I don't think needs a transfer. Hey, James Moriarty. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome to the stream. James says, fourth defender spot, Robinson or Mykolenko? That's a very interesting question, mate. I think the thing is, fixtures wise, I think Robinson is better. The only reason why you would get Mykolenko is maybe because of the possible, or maybe because of the certain double in Game Week 24. But before that, I think his fixtures are not the best because Aston Villa home, Spurs home, Brighton away. I expect them to concede in all these games. I got Pickford, I know, as a keeper, but that's a different thing because keepers don't have a very high ceiling anyway. I'm not expecting too much. 1 or 2 clean sheets before the double game week, I'd be more than happy. Even a one clean sheet, I'll be happy. So I would personally go with Robinson, mate, and get Mykolenko close to the double game week rather than now. I think it'll just be a burden rather than a help. FPL Juggernaut says, my probable transfers are Timber, Semenyo, Flecken out for Munoz, Sarr and Pickford. Viable, no hits. I think it's viable. Although I don't understand the need to take out Timber, mate. But I mean, you can keep Timber if you want to, and simply play Semenyo to Sarr and Flecken to Pickford. If you don't have the money, then I do understand you taking out Timber, and I agree with that. MT says, thanks, much appreciated. You're most welcome, mate. Nehal says, hey Nehal, it's great to see you on the stream, man. It's been some time. Atul says, good afternoon, FPL Visits. Good afternoon, Atul. I hope you're doing well. Bench Semenyo or Joao Pedro? This is a difficult question because they're both like not really doing much in terms of I think Aston Villa defensively they have been tighter as compared to but Fulham have been tight as well. They're both playing against really good defenses is the problem, Atul. But the problem is right now Brighton have been on a bad streak of draws and losses. Bournemouth on the other hand have been doing better. They beat Manchester United away. So I'd possibly, the only reason why you would want to play Joao Pedro over Semenyo is because maybe Joao Pedro will take the odd penalty if they get a penalty. Otherwise, I think from open play, I think Semenyo would be better because Fulham, they are conceding goals still, even though Chelsea managed to score just 1 goal against them. Both tight defenses, mate. Both tight defenses. It's I don't think there's going to be much difference between them. If I was you, I'd possibly pick Semenyo. It's a difficult one though. Nehal says Rea, Virgil, Gabriel, Castagna, Rogers, Salah, Palmer, Luis Diaz and Sarr. So it's a 5 in the midfield. Jackson and Isak. I wouldn't change anything in this, mate. It's a perfect Perfect team. Nothing to change there. Lovely. Lovely team, Nehal. Love it. I wouldn't change anything. FPL Juggernaut says trapped for cash. Then I think it's fair to transfer out Julian Timber. FPL Juggernaut, I am not against transferring out Timber if you need the cash. Azmir says, hey Wiz, I have one free transfer looking to move Emil Smith Rowe on, but not sure who to bring in. I have Salah, Palmer, Diaz, Ahmad. Got a budget of 7.5. Bro, I would possibly go for Ismaila Sarr and save some money, because as of now, in that price range, the only player I really like is Anthony Gordon. But right now, it is not a good entry point for Gordon against Manchester United away, Spurs away. You know, maybe after game week 20, in game week 21, you can get Gordon. But as of now, I don't like the entry point of Gordon. So I would possibly go for Ismaila Sarr. I think Crystal Palace have great fixtures. By the way, all of the people who've been asking me about strikers, guys, I forgot to mention Mateta. So if you don't want to go for Jackson and you already own Jackson and Isak, and you want to play a third striker, you can go for Mateta as well, guys. You know, you can go for Mateta as well. I think Mateta is a great option from Crystal Palace. I forgot to mention it. Apologies for all those people who asked me the question about somebody like a Vissa or Strand Larsen. I think you can transfer them out for somebody like a Mateta. I think Mateta is a great option from Crystal Palace. And he even might be on penalties, because I remember the last time he took a penalty, even when Eze was on the pitch, Mateta took the penalty. And that time I was an owner of Eze and I was disappointed in Eze. I remember that. So you can think about Mateta as well, guys. Bikalo says, Wiz, I got 2 transfers, but I'm still thinking of rolling. These are the midfield and centre forward. Kulusevski, Rogers, Salah, Palmer, Jesus, Isak, Wood, benched Hall and Bowen. I would not bench Jared Bowen, mate. I think he's, playing somebody like a Rogers over Bowen. I would not do it. I think I would play Jared Bowen over Rogers. Bowen always have a tendency to score against Arsenal. I know, because I'm an Arsenal fan. I watch all the games. I would not bench Jared Bowen and play Morgan Rogers. 100% I would. 100% I would play Bowen. Yeah. Juggernaut says, or transfer out Gabriel instead of Timber would save me some more money. I would transfer out Timber, mate. I would play Gabriel. Gabriel, is still a big threat on set pieces. I would not transfer out Gabriel. He's a season keeper, Gabriel, mate. Don't take him out. Otherwise, he scores 1 goal and then you'll have the urge to get him back. CAV says, another week, no transfer for me. Only dilemma is to start Dean or Hall or both and bench Pedro. I would bench. I would start Pedro. Definitely will, mate. And if I start Pedro, then I think it's always better to start Hall, because you don't want a conflict of interest in your team. So either you bench Pedro and start Dean and Hall, which I don't recommend. So if I was you, I'd possibly start Pedro and Hall. It's not a good situation, and I don't think there's going to be much difference between what is the outcome. But technically speaking, you don't want to start Dean and Pedro in this game, because there's a conflict of interest. Azmir says, I had Gordon at the back of my head. To be honest, the way United are performing, he's on to get the returns. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. But I think if you look at the fixtures of Ismaila Sarr, you can always get Gordon later on as well if you want to, right? Yes, if you want to get him for long term and you don't want to spend your transfers, then I'm perfectly understand why you want to get Gordon right now, and I'm not against that. But as of now, I think the preferred transfer for me in midfield is Ismaila Sarr. But if you want to go for Gordon, I'm totally for that as well. Nehal says, I'm benching Joao for Rogers. Nehal, this is a difficult question, especially considering that this Duran is now suspended, right? So I think Morgan Rogers is going to play longer. He's going to play closer to Ollie Watkins, and maybe Ollie Watkins is going to get more minutes now. It's always better for Morgan Rogers. So, I mean, if you want to play Rogers, it's fine. Personally, I mean, Joao Pedro being on penalties is always tempts me to kind of play the penalty taker, even though, Brighton are very far away from getting any penalty right now. You never know what happens in such games. It's a touch and go. I don't think there's going to be much difference between the two. So you can play any of the ones which you're really feeling for. It's not a big difference. Bowen is playing Liverpool, not Arsenal. CAV, I'm sorry. My bad. It's just skipped my mind, mate. Whoever Bowen is playing, he is the talisman of West Ham United. Apologies, Bekalu, for my earlier error, mate. So I would still play Jared Bowen. Liverpool are conceding goals. Leicester scored against them. Last week, Trent still lost a clean sheet. So it's not like that Liverpool are the same like defense who were keeping clean sheets. So they conceded 3 goals versus Spurs. They conceded 1 goal versus Leicester, and that too at Anfield. And now they're away to West Ham United. So why not play Jared Bowen? I would play Bowen. 100% I would play Jared Bowen. I'm telling you, mate. Apologies for the error, and thank you so much, CAV, for the correction. Lars says, who to start, Mitoma and Rogers, or sell Mitoma, max price 7.8. Mitoma hasn't... I don't know what's wrong with Mitoma. I was watching the Brighton game, the last game which Brighton was playing. He is getting into the right positions. He's getting past the players. It's just the final pass or the final shot that he's making the error in Mitoma. Maybe Brighton as a team, they're not clicking. I would possibly, if I was you, I would move on Mitoma for somebody like Ismaila Sarr or Anthony Gordon. That depends on whether you need the money for some other positions. Then you go for Sarr, or you can think about Gordon as well, although I don't like the entry point for Gordon this week, But otherwise, I think Gordon or Ismaila Sarr are your go-to players, mate. Thakif says, what is your transfer, mate? I transferred out Flecken for Pickford, and I transferred out Bruno Fernandes for Ismaila Sarr. Cannon Fodder says, start Lewis Hall or Mikalenko, or start both instead of Enzo. I would start Enzo, mate. Enzo was doing well last week. I mean, he had a great shot. If the keeper hadn't made that save, I think it was Leno. It was amazing, amazing save by Leno. Otherwise, Enzo would have had a goal. I would start Enzo. And I would start Mikalenko because of Everton being in such good form. If you own Mikalenko, I'd possibly start Mikalenko. CAV says, by the way, where's your thoughts on Duran red card? Didn't catch the start of the stream if you did talk about. I didn't talk about the Duran red card, mate, but even Bruno Fernandes, John Duran, I don't know, mate. It's just, I think the consistency in the refereeing standards, is just horrible, and now once, referee puts himself on the spot, it's just that then the FA also find it hard to overturn the decision in case it was like, it was a blatant error, then they might, otherwise they never kind of turn it around, I don't know why FA doesn't I don't know why the VAR was brought in this game if we can't even remove these kind of errors. The people who make these decisions are just abysmal, mate. I don't know what to do. Yeah, there's like 2 points about the CAV. Like, I know there should be an option for the referee to go and watch the screen, but what happens is it leads to too many stoppages. That's the thing, one side they're saying that they want the VAR to be quicker so that the flow of the game should not be disrupted. On other instance, they want to turn like they want to dismiss, or they want to question the clear and obvious errors which have been made by the referee. But I don't think VAR is serving its purpose right now, especially not in the Premier League. If you look at the international games, I think VAR is much more effective in those conditions. In the Premier League, it's just look what happened with Arsenal. Remember, like Declan Rice getting sent off, Saliba got sent off for fouling a player close to the halfway line, and they still don't turn it around. It's difficult for me to keep commenting about VAR, but it's just I thought that the FA were gonna turn it around, but they didn't. They didn't resign the red card. Anyways, let's get back to FPL, mate. Sorry, I smash that like button, says Smelly Wab. Thank you so much for the shout out, mate. Which two? Success, says Semenyo, Cunha, Pedro. I would play Cunha and I would play Semenyo, mate. It's between Semenyo and Joao Pedro. It's very subjective. Success, I don't know who's gonna do what. I'm just hoping that it's just a toss of the coin between Joao Pedro and Semenyo. I think just because Semenyo scored a goal against United, he's at least had a return. Joao Pedro hasn't had a return in the last 4 games, so I'm just gonna go with Semenyo here. Any City leaks? Yeah, that's the important question right now. I'm gonna go and check if I get any leaks. As of now, I have not got any leak, mate. I'll let you know in case I get any leaks. As of now, there's not any leaks. Nobody sent me any message, so I'll let you know if there's any kind of news. Start Colville or Mikalenko? Difficult. That's literally what I did. Mitoma to Sar. Brighton are just not clicking, as you said. I agree with that, mate. Something wrong with them, Although they play good football, they're just not finishing their chances. They're not finishing their meal. Did you consider Eze over Sar? I did not consider Eze, mate. Because I'm not sure if Eze is on penalties. If Eze is not on penalties, then because Sar is in better form, and from open play he's just looking much more dangerous. Even sometimes Eze is not taking corners right now. Maybe he takes free kicks, but that's about it. As long as he's not on penalties, I did not want to consider him. Out of Colville or Mikalenko, I would say Mikalenko, maybe. I think I'd start Mikalenko, mate. It's a difficult one. Colville got an assist last week and he was about to get a goal as well. But Ipswich... It's a difficult one, mate, for me to say. Just give me a second. I need to check my notes, mate. Sometimes these questions are so difficult. And I want to give the right answers, mate. I'm here. If I cannot give the right answers, then there's no point. Give me a second, mate. Right, so you're asking me about Mikalenko. Just a second, mate. I'd start Colville, mate. Last week he was almost about to get a goal as well, but he was ruled for offside. But I think I'd start Colville. Sorry for changing my mind. I'd start Colville. Gaspa says my goalkeepers are Fabianski and Flecken. Should I give a -4? See, if you own Fabianski and Flecken, that hit is not a -4 point hit, since you're not gonna get any points from your goalkeeper. And whichever goalkeeper you bring in, you are expecting him to get an average of 2 points, so it is just a -2 point hit. So anybody who has Flecken and Fabianski, I would advise you to take Flecken or Fabianski out and get a playing keeper, because this is a good entry point to get a new keeper. It's a good chance to get rid of Flecken, who was not doing anything anyway, and get a better keeper than Flecken or Fabianski, whichever one you want. I also did the same move. I took out Flecken and I brought in Pickford for a -2 hit. It wasn't, it is, I don't consider this hit as a -4 hit. It's a -2 point hit. Azmir says, thanks Wiz, locking in Sar for Emil Smith Rowe. Also, who would you bench out of Ahmad and Joao Pedro? I would bench Joao Pedro, mate. I would play Ahmad at home at Old Trafford. I just hope for the best, but they're both not performing. But I hope that, Ahmad is playing well. United team is not playing well. Cunha to Mateta is a good move for the future fixture. I agree with this success. I think it's a good move, yes. Hello, Wiz, it's been a long time, says Becco. Hey, Becco, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. TAV says, I agree they rush decisions and then they get them wrong. They take their time and get them wrong. What is the point? I agree with this. These are game-defining moments, but glad we're on the same page. Totally, mate. Totally. I mean, I actually just want the VAR to get totally chalked off. If they can't make the right decisions, then we're better off having wrong decisions made in the real time. At least, players can celebrate, players can have fun. What is the point of scoring a goal and then stand there looking at the goddamn screen, waiting for these clowns to kind of check whether you're 2 millimeters offside or some nonsense? At least the players will be able to celebrate their goals. The fans will be able to celebrate. They've taken away the charm of the game, mate. This VAR for me. I'm kind of an old school person. I just like the game to be played normally. That's it, mate. I think VAR is more intrusive than it is helping as of today. If they can improve it, then I'm all for it. A cheap fifth defender. I don't really like any cheap defenders as of now, to be honest with you, but if you ask me, I'll take a look. Actually, just a second, mate. I'll look at one for you. Yeah. So the best cheap defender, obviously Harvard Bellis plays every week, but he's not going to get any points. So if you define the cheap defender as below 4.5, then I'd say Mikalenko. Mikalenko is a good option, mate. Huijsen is good. I mean, he's been getting goals. He's been getting assists. He's been getting goals or clean sheets, not assists. So all the Bournemouth fixtures are not the best, but at 4.4, I'd consider Huijsen. 4.3, I'd consider Mikalenko. But beyond that, I don't really like. If you don't have the money to get a Munoz, you can think about Shaloba from Crystal Palace as well. But that's it. That's about it. I don't really like anybody else, mate. I mean, if you want a real cheap one, then I guess you have to go with somebody like a Harvard Bellis. But I wouldn't go there. Yeah, Castagna is fine as well. Yeah, from Fulham. Yes, you're right. I mean, he plays every week. Castagna, I'm sorry, I forgot about Castagna. I thought it was just obvious. So Castagna is thanks Nihal for the heads up. So Castagna is also a great option, mate. Especially with the Tete being out for the long term, you can think about Castagna as well. What do you think of Gordon? I think Gordon is a great option, mate. Buckshot says, hey Wiz, Merry Christmas back now. Hope you're all well. Hey Buckshot, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year in advance. Everything is fine, mate. Actually, I was fine, but I was taking the delivery of my new car. I went with a lot of time to spare, but I got held up there and I wasn't able to make it back in time. So I didn't want to rush everything, so I just kind of had to postpone the stream, mate. But everything is fine. Thank you so much. CAV says, Wiz, are you not starting Larson? I don't know who to start him over. To be honest with you, CAV, I've been thinking maybe Joao Pedro, because Larson hasn't been doing anything much. He's been unlucky, to be honest with you. I've been considering whether I should start him or not. So one of my options is to start him over Joao Pedro. So that is obviously one option. I don't like either of them, actually. I just want to get rid of them. I'm waiting for the Jackson, this red card thing to get over, and I'm gonna move one of them on for Jackson. But it's just nothing so far from any leaks, says FPL GOAT. So guys, as of now, there haven't been any leaks at all. So we've got like about 17 minutes to go, and on Twitter there have been no leaks at all. So don't be hopeful. Zara says, hey Wiz, hey Zara, hope you're doing well. Zara says Larson, Isaac, Raul Jimenez. Midfield is Madison, Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Semenyo. I think that's fine. Madison is a good option. Gabriel, Robinson, Colville, Greaves, and Faze. Rea, Fabianski. Rea is fine. 2 free transfers, 3 pound in the bank. I think you should Raul, Madison, Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Semenyo. I think your team looks fine, Zara. Even if you do not do anything, I think you're fine. Maybe if you want to improve your team a little bit, you can think about moving somebody like a Semenyo to Ismaila Sarr. You know, it'll give you a better option for the upcoming weeks. But I think your strikers are the ones which need attention right now. Maybe move on somebody like Larson to a Mateta, or a Raul Jimenez to a Mateta, whichever one you want. N says, thoughts on Sanchez for a keeper. If I change him, then I will need to get somebody for a -4 hit. I don't understand. If I change him, then I will need to get somebody for a -4 hit. What does that mean? I think Sanchez is a great keeper, mate. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Chelsea defense. Although Fulham scored 2 goals against them, but I think as a defense, he's no good or he's no bad or worse than somebody like a Pickford, Sells, even a Dean Henderson, which people are getting. So if I had Sanchez, I would not consider swapping him out at all. Just keep him. Keepers don't have a very high ceiling, mate. We should not transfer them out unless we need to. This week, for me, it was a good entry point for Pickford because I was not going to get any points from Flecken and not going to get any points for Fabianski. So for me, it's a -2 hit. That's why I transferred him out. Whew, guys. I thought it's going to, a very relaxed stream today. Don't think so now. Bekalo says, what do you think about Wood? He has not been performing well for the last week. Should I hold him? I also got Kulusevski as a differential, also Jesus. What do you think about those two? I think Wood is fine, although I don't like the Nottingham Forest fixtures in the long term, but short term I think she should be all right. Kulusevski is a great differential. Jesus is all right as well, mate. The problem with Jesus is he's not going to play 90 minutes in many games. If he starts, he's probably going to get taken off. If Arsenal kind of need to shore up the game, even then Jesus is going to get taken off. And if they need to win the game, and Arteta needs to put somebody on as a replacement, I think that then also like Kai Havertz goes up front and Jesus makes way. That's the only thing. Beko says, also I got double Arsenal defense. Do I need to bench one of them for Colville? If I was you, I'd play the double Arsenal defense, mate. Ahmad or Robinson in the starting 11. I'd always want to start the attacker, James, but although United have not been good, but I'll still want to start the attacker. Start Mbumo or Semenyo? I would start Mbumo, mate. Play Colville or Lewis? It's a difficult question. Hang on, let me check for the leaks if we get any. I'll let you know, guys. If Lewis is starting, possibly just play Lewis, man. If they can't keep a clean sheet against Leicester, then there's no point in having Lewis. Just sell him. Bench Ahmad, Pedro, or Jackson. I would bench. Who should you bench, mate? I think you should bench maybe Ahmad or Pedro. See, Jackson is out of the question for benching. I don't think you should bench Jackson. But yes, I think you can bench Ahmad or Pedro, mate. There's not much difference between the two. The problem with Joao Pedro is, I mean, he's had such good fixtures, but he has not performed. Well, we've got a new member. Although Juggernaut is already a member of the the RF wizard community, but he is just joined as Dumbledore. So welcome to the members special area, Juggernaut. I really appreciate you becoming a member, mate. Thank you so much. If anybody else wants to become a member, guys, you can hit the join button and become a member. That way you get to join our private Twitter group and also get to join a private WhatsApp group that we exclusively created this season. If you have any exclusive questions, you can ask me there. All right, let's move on. Play Colville or Lewis? Yeah, that I already answered that. Let's wait for the leaks, Juggernaut. I mean, if we get the leak that he's starting Lewis, then I think you should start Lewis, mate. Yasas says, I have 2 free transfers, was planning to get an Isak for Wood and some other player for Saka maybe. Any suggestions for a good mid? I mean, if we don't get any news, then I would play Colville. 100% agree with you, Nihal. So Yasas, I think you should get Isaac for sure for Wood, and in place of Saka, if you want, you can think about Gordon. If you don't want to double up on Newcastle, you can think about Ismail Assar as well. I think they are the options to go for right now. I'm assuming you already have like players like Salah, Palmer, and all these big hitters already in your squads. That is why I'm telling you to go for somebody like Ismail Assar and Isak. I would play Colville just in case. I mean, Colville was about to score a goal and an assist, and if he had got that goal, he'd be a bandwagon this week. Unfortunately, it was ruled off for offside. But yeah, I mean, you know, the reason is, if you have Rico Lewis and you don't start him against Leicester, then there's no point in having him. Then it's always best to sell him off, mate. No leaks as of now, guys. It's very, very amazing that there's absolutely silence. Although Manchester City don't Manchester City haven't been giving us leaks as of now, but you know, I thought maybe today we're gonna get some leaks, but as of now it's absolutely dead media silence. Nothing at all, guys. Nothing at all. Anyways, let's move on. Press X Places, thanks for all the great FPL content, brother. You're most welcome, mate. Thank you so much for your wonderful comment. Juggernaut says, I'm going for my transfers. Go for it, Jug. I don't think there's going to be any changes. I don't think there's going to be any news as well. I think we're already like 10 minutes to go to the deadline. The hamsters are tired by now. You're always better off kind of setting your team. Can I speak my truth? There are leaks, but it's behind a paywall with Tony starting his Patreon. That's fine, mate. I mean, you know, one of the people can take his Patreon and then let us know. You know, it's absolutely fine with me. You know, we don't all need to become a Patreon member. One of us can become a member and then we can get the leaks. And I have a person who's member of his Patreon, but I haven't received any messages, so I'm not sure what's going on here. And I should not be saying that on the stream, but no news at all, guys. I mean, anyways, let's move on. Palmer is good captain. Ipswich players will be tired after playing Arsenal. I mean, Palmer is always a good captain, but I think as of now, he's not a better captain than me as compared to Saka. By the way, guys, I need to start a poll as well. I'll do the opposite of what you tell me to do. No, I'll do exactly what you tell me to do this time. Nobody said anything. If you know, you know. Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Larson or Joao Pedro. All right, guys. Take it away. The FPL community, you've got the chance to tell me who should I start. Larson or Joao Pedro? Smelly Wab has given us the countdown. Please lock your teams. We don't have that much time remaining. Best Bruno replacement. I've gone for Ismail Assar, mate. I've gone for Ismail Assar. Eze in for Saka. I would not go for Eze. I would personally go for Sar. I like him better than Eze as of now. Best goalkeeper for long term. Sells, Pickford, Rhea or Allison. based on how much money you have. Even Henderson is alright. Guys, where are all these questions coming from so quickly, guys? Come on. I'm here since the last 1 hour. You always... Sometimes questions come at the end. I like to spend my time giving answers. Arrange an order of who should I start. Guardiola, Ahmad, Jolinton, Wissa, Johnson, Colville. I would start... they're not good options at all. Guardiola, 100% I would start. Colville, I would start. Ahmad, I would start. I don't know, mate. These are like... I never even considered these players for my team except Colville. Guardiola, 100% I would start. But beyond that, maybe I'd start Colville, Ahmad. Johnson, I'm not sure if he's going to play or not because Kulusevski's been playing now. Madison has also been playing, so... I say Guardiola, Colville and Ahmad. After that, it would be Wissa, Jolinton, Johnson. What an Asia, this is a difficult question for me to like instantly answer. Alright, checking it for the last time, guys. Checking it for the last... Hearing strong rumors that Foden and Lewis both... No. This is Buna. This is lies. This is... No. This is not... I was gonna get Bunad, but I didn't. No news, guys. I don't think we're gonna get any news. Don't wait for the leaks, my friends. Just lock your teams. Just lock your teams. I'm telling you. Not gonna get any news as of now. Nobody's saying anything. Start Mbumo, Rogers or Sar. 100% I would start Sar, mate. No question. After that, you wanna go... If anybody wants to go for Eze, if you don't wanna go for Sar, that's totally up to you guys. I went for Sar because I feel he's a better option. He's in better form right now. If you wanna go for Eze, you go for Eze, guys. I mean, that's totally your subjective opinion. The way Chelsea lost to Fulham was heartbreaking. Therefore, I'm benching Colville for Lewis. I mean... It's fine, mate. Either way, it's alright. I think there's you know, if you ask me, either I would not own Lewis. If I own Lewis, I would start him. Although Manchester City are in absolute shambles right now, mate. It's just difficult. No leaks as of now, guys. I'm telling you, we have no leaks at all. As of now, there's no leaks. Even in my DMs, nobody's messaged me anything. Otherwise, I would have told you. Alright, let's answer quickly. Abbas says play 2 out. Guys, we've got 4 minutes remaining. Remember that. Lock your teams. Play 2 out of Pedro, Rogers and Mbumo. 2 out of Pedro, Rogers and Mbumo. Just a second before I answer, I would have to lock my team. So chat said Pedro, right? Okay. I guess then Pedro it is. It's a conflict of interest though. It's a bit tough, to be honest with you, to decide between Strand Larson and Joao Pedro. Anyways, let me answer your questions. Let it be. I would play Mbumo and Rogers, mate. Midfield is Palmer and Salah as of now. Confused. The Mbumo, Rogers. Start Sar, mate. Start Sar and start Mbumo. If you want, you can bench Rogers. Play Hall or Lewis. I would play Lewis. Strikers, I'm playing Isaac Cunha and Jackson. They're awesome, mate. Rank my defense. Your defense looks alright to me, mate. It's good. Start Hall or Mikilenko. I would start Mikilenko. Sorry for too many questions. Completely forgot about the Todd lanes. Couldn't start. No worries, mate. Start Robinson or Huitson. I would start Robinson, mate. Bench one, Mbumo versus Ahmad versus Joao Pedro. I would bench. I would play Mbumo, even though it's against, it's against Arsenal. I would still play Mbumo. He's on penalties. No points in not playing Mbumo. And then I would play maybe Ahmad, Between Joao Pedro and Ahmad, I have no like real differentiating factor except that Pedro is on penalties. Start Murphy or Ahmad? Murphy, I guess. I don't know. Newcastle are in better form right now, so I have to say Murphy. AK, please lock your team. We don't have time for this right now. Someone Lee says Ben. I already answered that. James Moretti says Pedro, Robinson, Pickford, and Diaz on bench. Play bench boost for a -8. No, I would not play bench boost for a -8. It's waste of a chip. It's waste of a chip. If it doesn't give you anything, it's waste of a chip. Chasing rank, Palmer captain. If you're chasing rank, first of all, you make sure that you should not go against the popular captain. I mean, Ipswich do not concede that many goals, and Salah is in good form right now. So I would chase rank using differentials, not using captains, in my personal opinion. That's the way I play. Calafiori starts. I don't know. I don't think so though. Guys, where are all these questions coming in at the last second? I do not know. Todd is saying which Manchester United will go for. Foden, I guess, or De Bruyne. I like De Bruyne, to be honest with you. But as of now, Manchester City are not fighting, Todd. If you, I would go for Kevin De Bruyne, maybe. Like that. Just a second, guys. Please lock your teams. There is not enough time. Don't go for De Bruyne. Go for Foden, Todd. Go for Foden. Go for Foden. Go for Foden. You've got 30 seconds remaining. If you want to go for a Manchester City midfielder, I would go for Foden. De Bruyne, I'm still not sure if he's going to start. 15 minutes last game week, I'm not sure. All the people are saying he's going to start, but I would go for Foden. Play Flecken or replace him. By the way, have I locked my own team? Yeah, I think I have. Start Robinson or Rico Lewis? I would start Robinson over Rico Lewis. Go for Foden if you want to, Todd. 10 seconds remaining, guys. Please lock your teams. It's already deadline. Guys, I do not understand. At the end, like in the last 5 minutes, I had insane amount of questions. I want to be able to answer them with details, guys. I'm not an oracle. No worries, Todd. You're most welcome, mate. I'm sorry I said Kevin De Bruyne. In my mind, I have a feeling that he's going to play against Leicester, but since he played 15 minutes last week, I think he needs to be brought into the team. But longer term, I think Foden is the better option, because of, Kevin De Bruyne's injury issues. So I changed my mind. Transfers made: Timber, Flecken, and Semenyo out for Manos, Pickford, and Sar. Holland captain, says FPL Jag. I mean, if it works out for you, mate, it's going to be a great differential, I can tell you that. If Holland goes crazy, scores a hat-trick, Jugs, your rank is going to be amazing. Malihab says Zen with Zen. Absolute Zen, mate. Todd says thanks, Neil. Yeah, Neil was the one who actually said Foden. Neil's a very, very valuable member of our visit community. We'd like to see you on these streams more often, Neil. Hey Viz, how's your FPL rank so far? Last week's score. Last week I got 55, mate. The rank now, I've been moving on in rank a little bit. I think I was struggling with like 2.5 millions. Even I think I was 4 million at one point of time. Now I think I should be 1.5 million or something of that order. I moved on a bit last week when I got 87 points, or I think 90 something points last week. And then this week I got 55, which was almost at par with the average score. So now I need to just get 1 or 2 good game weeks and I can push into the 1 million, so that we can begin our push towards the top 100k, which is the target right now. When you lag behind, you set realistic targets. You don't say you're going to win the FPL or anything like that. So my realistic target is always to make into the top 100k and then take it from there, Defense first, offense always comes later. But I'm learning things this season that I want to incorporate into my game in the next season. I feel that I need to, I need to put down my shield and use the sword a little bit more. I think this season I have not used my swords. Even though when I've realized, then I feel that this player is gonna be doing well. I just do not bring him in for the fear of some other player doing well and affecting my rank. So I need to get a balance. I think I'm being over defensive. Maybe it's because of the streams. I don't know. When I used to play FPL without streaming, I always would go for the aggressive options. Recently, from the past 2-3 years, I realized that I've become more defensive. It's just maybe because of the streams. I do not realize how these things have impact on our psychology, but I need to get back to being a little bit more aggressive than I have been in the past. So I learn as we go along, guys. I learn about my psychology. I learn about tactics, and I always want to improve so that I can I can always bring out the best in yourselves and in myself as well. That's all we're here for, right? So guys, in the end, I ended up going for Joe Pedro. I pray to God and I hope he does well. Nahil says no worries, mate. Cheers, Nahil. So guys, there's no fixtures before the new year. So before I go and say goodbye on today's stream, I would like to wish you all a very, very happy new year 2025. I just would like to remind you that life is kind of the things that we take for granted in life. Playing with your friends, talking to your friends, sitting with your parents, enjoying time with your children. You feel that it's gonna continue. Everything is gonna stay the same. We never realize that whenever things change, and when that thing actually gets taken away from you, those moments get taken away from you, only then you realize the beauty or the importance of those moments. For example, I'll just give you an example of my own self. I'm a very avid sports person. I have always been. Like, I played in my school. I played for my school. I played for my state. I've always been a badminton player professionally. So, I used to, and then I also enjoyed playing football as a hobby. And every evening I used to get up, wear my socks, wear my shoes, just go off into the sunset and play football with my friends, and it was so enjoyable. But one fine day I went to play football and I had a horrible injury. This guy tackled my foot, and I lost the ability to even walk for like 3 months. And then after that, the doctor told me I was not going to be able to play anymore because of this injury to my big toe joint. And I realized that was the last time I actually went to go and play with my friends. And after we used to play, we used to sit and talk to each other, we used to have fun, we used to stretch and relax. The day I was going, I did not realize it was the last time. And every day for the past like 15, 20, 30 years, I've played in the evenings. I did not realize that it was gonna got just taken away from me in just one fell swoop. And I was not gonna get that back pretty quickly. It's been 1.5 years. I haven't set foot on the field. I'm just recovering, and doctors are telling me if I recover, fine, then otherwise I'll have to go in for the surgery. It's the same thing happens with your parents, guys. I remember I lost my mom before COVID. I did not realize that when when she got taken to the hospital, she got she got put on a ventilator, and she wasn't able to talk anymore. And when the last time I spoke to my mom, I did not realize that that was the last time I was going to be actually speaking to her. So guys, we all set targets for the new year. We're going to lose weight, we're going to have 6-pack abs, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and like big lofty targets which we're never able to achieve, because those targets are not really ours, guys. Those targets are actually manifested from the media that we watch, from the, from the world, from the artificial world that we have created around us. So I would just tell you one thing. If you want to take one thing from this stream today, I think we should cherish the small things in life, the time we spend with our loved ones, with your children, with your siblings, with your mother and father, grandparents, with your friends. These cozy moments, these nice, lovely moments, we should cherish them. You know, always enjoy the things that you are able to have in life, and don't worry about the things which you are not able to have, and keep striving from them. And slowly you don't realize that the things you have are the ones which you really love. And you kept on running behind other things which you really did not need, and in that time you did not cherish the things which you have. So in the new year, don't make new resolutions like just make a resolution that I'm going to walk every day with my son, with my parents, sit with my parents, I'll talk to them, with my wife, with my sister, siblings, grandparents. Just walk with them, enjoy, take care of your health, take care of their health. Don't set lofty targets. I'm gonna do 10,000, 15,000 steps, I'm gonna do 6-pack abs, this, that, I'm gonna go to the gym every day. Don't set targets which are not gonna be met, guys. Set targets that'll give you memories for a lifetime, and that'll make your mental health better. You get a better mental health, you will be more motivated to take care of your physical health as well. So learn to cherish the small things and small moments and cozy things in life, guys. I'm telling you this. And in the new year, I want my Visit family to be happy people in their minds. Be happy in your minds, guys. Try to stay happy, try to find happiness in the small things in everyday life. I just that's my prayers, that's my wish for all the people who actually watch this stream, so that you learn to cherish the smaller cozy things in life. It's you'll all when you all move on in age, you'll thank yourself for these memories, for these moments. And obviously take care of your health, guys. My father always says that first thing is your life, second thing is your health, and after that everything else in life comes. So take care of first you have to live, then you have to be healthy, and beyond that do anything which your heart desires, guys. Anyways, guys, I didn't mean to kind of take it so long, but Asmir says, man who is cutting the onion. No cutting onions, mate. It's just I speak from the heart. Whenever I speak from the heart. I don't put on a mask when I come onto these streams, because I feel that the people in this community are just like my family. And since I'm a teacher in real life, I always like to kind of state the things which are obvious, but we keep on forgetting, because this world is designed in such a way that we're lost in the glam of the world, and we forget to cherish the really important things in life. So that's all we need to do, guys. Cherish the things which are important to you, not what other people say are important to you. Cherish the things which are important to you. That's all, guys. So I'll see you in the new year, and I hope to see you all as better human beings, guys. Taking care of your health, taking care of your mental health, and taking care of the people around you, guys. Just take care of yourselves, guys, and wish you a very, very happy new year, and set realistic targets and meet them, and may God bless you, guys. Wish you a very happy new year. Take care, and FPL Visit signing out. I'll see you. Obviously, guys, the arrows should always be green. All right, take care. I'll see you. Bye bye.